Hey everyone, welcome back to another Fusion tutorial. In today's video, we are going to do a subscriber request. I had someone comment on one of my last videos that he needed help making a sliding dovetail. And the type of dovetail he's talking about is one that locks. So the dovetail itself is tapered, so he can use it kind of as like a wall mount. So there'll be like a female end, a female piece and a male piece, and they slide together and lock together. So that's what we're going to make today. And it's pretty simple. You just need to know a few tricks, and we'll kind of take you through the basic steps, and then maybe we'll try to finish it off with some screw holes and stuff like that. So let's get started here. So the first thing we're going to do is create a sketch on this front plane, and we're going to pretty much drive this entire model with just one sketch. And there's many ways you could go about making this model, but this is just the easiest way I could think of. So let's hit R for rectangle, and I'm going to do a center rectangle. We're going to click on the origin, and we're going to cut this rectangle in half, and I want each half to be about 10 millimeters thick. So I'm going to make this 20 by, maybe about like 45. We'll go 50. So about 2 inches. Then I'm going to draw a line. So L on the keyboard for line. I'm going to snap to my center point, which has that triangle show up. Click, drag, and click at the other side. So now we have two rectangles. Now, there's a few ways you could do this. If you don't need to be very precise, because the next thing we're going to do is we're basically making the profile. So we're going to make the dovetail shape here. You could just make a triangle. So you could go up to polygon, just pick one of these, click somewhere in here and hit tab for the sides. It says 6 right now, and you could go to 3. We'll turn this way, and you could literally just drag this out however you wanted it. And honestly, that looks pretty good. So I just might do this. And so now we have this nice dovetail shape, and we don't have a constrained sketch, which normally for such an easy model, I wouldn't worry about it, but you should get in the habit of constraining your sketch, because any unconstrained sketch always slows down Fusion, especially if you're going to do complicated models. So that's pretty much it. Here is our entire sketch. Now, there are lots of ways you could have drawn this sketch, right? We're basically looking to have 2 rectangles and then really a dovetail on the one side. This rest of this triangle right here, we don't really need. If you wanted to have more control, you could do it a different way. So let's just say we redraw that square. I'm going to draw this line down the middle, and then I'm going to draw another line. First, I'm going to hit X on the keyboard to make it a construction line. And we could have just drawn our dovetail, or at least half of it. Let's say we wanted to make a line like this, and we wanted it to be 6 millimeters here, and it doesn't matter what angle. Let's say we just wanted it to be this angle. You could type in your angle. We could draw that line here, and now what we could do is take this and mirror it along this middle line that we did. Okay, and now we have a dovetail drawn like this. So like I said in the beginning, there's lots of different ways of doing things. I'm just doing it really quick, which is why I chose to do this triangle, because it's already got the angles and everything. But just know that you can draw the sketch really however you want. So I'm just going to delete all this, and let's finish sketch. Okay, so we've got our sketch here, and the first thing we're going to do is select the entirety of that bottom rectangle. I'm going to hit E for extrude, and let's just extrude it like, I'm just going to type in 50 millimeters and hit OK. Now this next step is really the hardest part, or is the part of making this dovetail, and that's extruding the dovetail itself. And so I'm going to select that profile. I'm going to hit E for extrude, and I'm just going to click on the back of this. That just tells Fusion to extrude it to this surface. And now before I hit OK, what I want to do is taper it. And if you look at this window here, there is a taper angle. You can also do it manually with this little handle right here. So if I click that handle, I can either drag it or you just type it in. So I'm just going to type in 1.5 degrees. And maybe let's go 2 degrees. And now you see how it turned red. That's because this side got bigger. So it extruded here and it tapered at 2 degrees. And the reason it turned red is because it's digging into this other solid body. And we actually want to join this. And so we can hit OK. Now if I toggle off this sketch, you can see we now have a nice taper. Let's get our camera view. So now we have the small side and the large side. And now we need to create the other half of this. So let's turn that sketch back on. So all we need to do now is select that entirety of the top rectangle, hit E for extrude, and we're going to click the surface again. And you notice it's trying to cut because it's running into that solid body, but I'm just going to go to new body and hit OK. Let's toggle off this sketch. And so now we have two bodies. We have the first body with the dovetail, and then we have the second body that is just a box right now. So what we want to do is cut away this first box away from the second box. So we're going to do that with the combine tool. And we want to make sure operation is set to cut. And the way to think about combine tool, or you got a target body and a tool body. I really don't know why it's called combine. They really should change this name because you can join. Combine isn't even one of the operations. It's join and cut or intersect. What we want is cut. And the way to think about this is the target body is the body you want to do something to. So you want to cut away from something of that body, or you want to add something to that body. So the target body is that box. The tool body is either the cutting tool or the joining tool. So this is what we're joining or cutting away from the target body. So we'll select the tool body here, and it gives you a little preview. So the tool body now turns red because red always signifies that it's cutting. And you can see the preview of it kind of cutting into that box. And the thing about the combine tool is it gets rid of the tool. So unless you check this body right here will disappear. So make sure you keep this checked unless you obviously don't want the tool. So we'll hit OK. And now you can see we've got our two bodies. So we can hide that first body, and there you can see it cut away from that second box we made. So that's pretty much it for the sliding dovetail. You know, the only thing you really want to do, that you really have to do, is taper these edges right here, because when this 3D prints, it's not going to 3D print a nice sharp corner. It's going to kind of be rounded and kind of bulged out a little bit. So we want to make sure we go up to chamfer, and maybe chamfer by like 0.3 or something like that, just enough to knock that corner off. So when this is sliding, we've got some space here. And the other thing you might think you need to do is actually create some clearance in here, but let's see if I can do this right. That's the big side, but let's see if we can figure this out. If I get my orientation correct, sorry. So like this, so I'm going to hit move, and we're just going to move this body. So you can see as this starts to slide in, it's got tons of room right here. So as I slide this in, there's lots of clearance, and then that clearance closes till it gets to the end, and then it's a super tight fit. So you don't really need to add any, oh, you know what? We may want to, I was just thinking we need to maybe chamfer this too, but the reason I'm not doing that is because we're gonna finish this model a little bit. If you were gonna keep this as a block like this, you'd also want to chamfer this edge. But enough talking. Let's just keep moving here. So, okay, a few things we want to do. So this is the wall side. So this is the top. Let's get my orientation right here. This is the top. I don't really like how bulky this looks. I kind of wish this was angled or chamfered at the same angle this is. And we can do this in a really simple way that you might not think is obvious, but you can go to Surface, and there's a thing called Ruled. I'm sorry, we're going to do Offset. And basically, it's a way to offset surfaces. So I'm going to click on this one and this one. And we're going to just drag this out maybe like 5. I think that's probably okay. And then we're going to hit OK. And now we're going to use these surfaces that show up right here, these surface bodies, to cut away from this body. So let's go back to the Solid tab. We're going to go to Modify, Split Body. So we're going to split this body, and our splitting tool is going to be this and this. And then we can hit OK. And now we should have some extra bodies here. So let's see, let's figure out which is which. So this one is that side we cut. We can hide the surface bodies and here. So now we have a cutaway that actually follows the chamfer, or I guess it follows this edge. Now we are left with kind of a funky edge here. This isn't the best practice, but you can actually just, as long as you're on the Solid tab, you can just click this edge and hit backspace or delete, and Fusion will just fix that for you. It's not great really to do that on complicated models, but that's a way to just quickly get rid of that. And maybe we want to just add a little thickness. So I'm just going to E for extrude and maybe extrude down like another 2 millimeters or something. Okay. So let's call that good for now for this part. Let's go back to the top. And first, let's do some cleanup. We're going to just hold Shift, click this body and this body, right click and remove. That's all that extra stuff that we don't need anymore. So let's turn this body on. And we don't really need these big overhangs here. So I'm going to click on this surface, hold Shift, click on this surface, and I'm going to hit E for extrude, and I'm just going to drag that up to get rid of it. And now let's see the distance here. So I'm going to click this, and we have a distance of 10 millimeters. So let's just extrude this down 9.5. That gives us about a 0.5 millimeter here for some, so the parts don't rub. Whatever you attach this to doesn't attach to the wall part. Okay, that's looking good. What else can we do to this thing? Some screw holes. Okay, let's get out of here. Let's draw a sketch on this surface. I'm going to hit P for project, just to project that surface onto my sketch. And if I hide my body, you can see we've got that surface projected. I'm going to hit L for line, and I'm just going to come down maybe, let's go 9.5. We'll do another line. Make sure we're at 9.5. I'm making this up as I go. You can do any of this how you want. Let's turn that body back on. And we're going to create some holes on these points that I made. Obviously, those are way too big. Let's change this to maybe a 5. Let's do a countersink, and we'll change this to 10.5 and hit OK. Of course, this will depend on the size of your screws. And we can use that same sketch to do the same thing on the other body. So we can do more holes. It should save our hole size. Hit OK. So remember, this will get attached to your part that you want to hang on the wall. And this gets attached to the wall itself. And there you go. There's your sliding dovetail. Now, the only thing you might want to do here is chamfer some edges and stuff. So we can, I guess I don't necessarily want to chamfer this edge, but let's just see what it looks like. We're just going to do, you always want to make sure your edges are, I like to chamfer with like a 0.2 millimeter, just to knock off those sharp edges. We don't need to chamfer this inside. And then make sure you're not chamfering things that are going to cause problems with your mechanism or how it moves. So let's do a point to here. I think that's probably okay. All right, well, I tell you what, I think that looks pretty good. Let's just do another, let's move this here, M for move on the keyboard, and we'll just drag this up. And we'll drag it back down. Okay, I tell you what, I'm gonna go ahead and print this. And actually, I'm just gonna bring this into my slicer to show you something. So we're gonna just right click up here at the top of the browser. If you have this saved, this will be this unsaved. That's the name of your saved document right here. Just right click on this and go to save as mesh, and anything that is visible. So if any bodies or components that are visible will be brought into Fusion. The preparation type is the print utility, which is Bamboo Studio. I'm gonna do a 3MF and hit OK. Okay, so let's take these apart and let's automatically set these down. That's how you would think you would want to print this, right? Because there's no overhangs. I got this new Bamboo PLA Tough. I've been really liking this stuff. So let me show you the problem of printing it this way. Now remember, this side and this side mesh together. So really, let's sync. There's too many things going on. Now look what happens. Since this isn't a flat surface, you get these little print ridges in here, which is going to leave a really rough surface. Same as this. So when you're printing something like this, you really want to make sure that you are printing upright, like this. Now, when you hit print, I'm going to just slice. Now these mating edges, which is this edge and this edge, are nice and smooth. I think you do lose a little strength this way, but as long as you up your walls and maybe up your infill a little bit, you should be okay. All right, there you go. The next shot, I will have this printed and I'll just kind of show you what it looks like.